Growing up, it was me and my mom against the world. We lived in 17 homes. By the time I was 18, went month to month, wondering, we gonna have bills paid? Lights on? Are we even gonna have a place to stay? At one point, there was 9 people living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom duplex. A duplex, not a house. My mom, she also had boyfriends, guys who seemed trustworthy in the beginning, but in the end were cruel, manipulative, and physically abusive, not just to my mom, but to me as well. It was tough for my mom, raising a young boy, working 2 jobs, sometimes 3, just trying to get by. No father in the picture. Growing older, my rough adolescence, it didn't stop either. When my mom was at work, I took it upon myself to do pretty much whatever I wanted to do. The streets was my oyster, and what mom didn't know didn't hurt her. Found myself mostly in fights, vandalism, trouble with the law, and suspended or expelled from whatever school would take me in. I found skateboarding at a young age. I was about 10 years old. There was a boy rolling through my neighborhood. His name was Mike. He had everything I loved. Taught me things. Taught me grit, perseverance, to set goals and never give up. But more importantly, this little thing with wheels was something that I could do by myself, alone. Took me away from all those tough things a young boy shouldn't be dealing with. And as I got older, I took skateboarding with me, but doing whatever I wanted, that caught up to me. Found myself senior in high school, only 1 sophomore credit and a criminal record to my name. Had a come to Jesus moment. Looked in the mirror, said, Blake, you know you're better than this. You got something to give to this world. You need to buckle down. So buckle down, that's exactly what I did. Somehow, graduated high school on time with all my friends. Somehow got into college. Consecutively made it onto the dean's list. Found a new passion of photos and videos. Started a business around that passion. And I took that passion, and I was able to travel the whole world doing what I loved, photos and videos. Just as the streets was my oyster as a little boy, the world became my oyster as an adult. I took skateboarding everywhere I went. My mission at that point, not only to beat the odds, young person of color, growing up in the inner city, I wanted to crush them. There was a lot of people thought I wouldn't be nothing, thought I didn't have anything to offer, thought I was just some troublemaker. Wanted all those people to eat their words. But as I was going through life, there was always these puzzle pieces looming over my head, questions. Who am I? Why am I so different? Me and my mom, we are alike in a lot of ways, but we are different in so many more. She'll tell you. Growing up without a father left a lot of unanswered questions about myself. Fast forward as I'm doing life, doing all these things I never thought possible for a person like me, coming from my background, I get this weird message from this person I never met before. She said, hey, it's Coco, I'd love to meet you. I said, what, I don't know you. I blew this message off. Thought she was some kind of scammer or she wanted my money, so I let that go. But Coco, she was persistent. She got a hold of my mom. My mom got a hold of me. Said, Blake, yeah, you need to talk to her. So I called her up. It's the same thing. Hey, it's Coco. I'd love to talk to you. But this time a little different. Hey, it's Coco. Love to talk to you. I'm your sister. This blew me away. I didn't think I had no sisters in Omaha. She said she was my sister. What? And we talked a little bit more, and we met up. And when I saw this lady with my own eyes, I was shook. She looked exactly like me. Up until that point, I think nobody looked like me. She looked exactly like me. And as we started talking, getting to know each other, she even acted like me. Then she's telling me stories about my father, about how me and him are alike in so many ways. She says, I got brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, all these people all over the country I had no idea existed. She's telling me all these things, and all these puzzle pieces came connecting down. And I'm starting to figure out who I am as a person. Then she pulls out pictures, and of course, these people look like me. But I'm starting to see similarities between all these pictures. I'm starting to see the same couch, the same TV, the same living room set. So I asked her, Coco, whose house is this? She said, that's your grandparents' house. She said, this was a hub in our family. Babies came from the hospital to this house. People got married in this house. Celebrities visited this house. If you were down on your luck, this was a place you could go to. No questions asked. My grandparents, they kept a do, drop in policy. And what that means, you don't need a call, you don't need a text. Just pop on through. That policy extended for family, friends, and whoever. Unfortunately, I missed this side of my family, but I had something that I could go to during hard times. Something that kept me busy. You already know what it is. Skateboarding. When I felt those wheels hit that bumpy concrete surface, it was like all my problems rolled away. Skateboarding, it was a gift to me, a part of who I was, my identity. And I wanted to share this gift with as many people as I could. So, without knowing the first thing about it, went ahead and started a nonprofit. I had no idea what I was doing. My intention at first, just put on a small event at a local park I started skating at, and then eventually turned into a real park. But as we started planning and promoting, this thing started to catch fire. Turns out there was many kids out there like me using skateboarding to deal with their problems at home, problems at school, trauma that they didn't ask for. And as this event came into fruition, I'm starting to see people who look like me showing up. Creatives, people who go outside the bounds of society, troublemakers, all come together at this one place without being judged. And when I seen this with my own eyes, I knew there's much more work to be done. And much more work is what we did. From then on, we started youth programming, numerous partnerships with all these organizations. We were helping out musicians, artists, creatives, all these people. We were all over the city. My mission was to use this thing that everybody looked down on me for doing to make a lasting change within my city. And as we were doing all these things, working, busy, I got another weird message from another person I never met before, Jewel Rogers. We texted back and forth about some project, then we met up. She said, I got a ramp, or I got a property. I want to put a ramp on it. I thought, what? You don't look like the type of person that would want a ramp on their property. But then, I didn't think about it again, because I didn't care. A ramp? in the hood, serving kids who look like me and come from similar situations as me? Oh yeah, we're doing that. No more questions needed. So I grabbed the address and I took off. As I'm pulling up, I start to see things I think I've seen before. The same park, the same tennis courts, the school across the street. So I called Coco. Coco, I feel like we've seen this before. Where have we seen this? She told me, and I froze. This was the same property that was in all those family photos. The hub in our family. This ground held my family's legacy inside of it. Unfortunately, after my grandparents passed, my family lost the property. It was a tragic moment within our family, but now it gets to be turned back to the community, just as my grandparents would have wanted. Knowing this lit an even larger fire inside of me, and I was ready to get this project done. I was gonna build this thing myself. No construction experience, I didn't care. Luckily, we had some phenomenal people helping us, because if it was up to me, it looked a little raggedy. We got it done though. And as we started planning for this thing, we knew one thing. We wanted to keep community at the forefront. So that's what we did. We reached out, said, hey, what do you guys want to see in this? There were suggestions of garden beds. Okay, great. Great way to get the older community involved, bring the young kids in, teach them about healthy living, free produce for everybody. Perfect. The ramp, it certainly needed a mural. Local art institute down the street. Called them up. Hey, y'all got any kids who want to paint a mural? Turns out they did. We got another local artist involved. She helped guide the process. The kids painted it, implemented it, designed it. Perfect. We brought in benches, trash cans, more flowers, really beautifying this thing, making it something that the neighborhood could be proud of. And fast forward, as we're working on this thing in the hot summer sun, multiple hours a day, we found ourselves 2 weeks away from this project deadline. And that's when I got another weird message from another person I never met before. But this time, it was a little different. This time, it was a mother reaching out, wanting to give back in her son's honor. This young boy, he recently passed away in a tragic car accident, gone way too soon. His name, Caden. Caden. Where did I know this name from? Stuck thinking. That's right. This was the same boy that was at every single event we put on, every engagement. He loved what we did. He wouldn't miss it for the world. And once I knew this, my heart broke. And we all knew the search for the name for this thing, it was over. It was to be called Caden's Corner. And his legacy of loving community, loving people, and loving skateboarding was to live on, right alongside my grandparents' legacy. Eventually, we finished up this project, gave out a bunch of skateboards and helmets to the neighbors. To this day, we're doing skateboarding lessons, gardening classes. There's still free produce for the community. And this once bulldozed over, dilapidated, ugly-looking thing that was an eyesore to the neighborhood is now a community hub, connecting multiple people with multiple backgrounds together in one spot. And that old policy from way back in the day of do drop in, that's still do drop in to this day. And oh boy, are we dropping in. Because if you didn't know, the drop in is actually a skateboard trick. It's one of the first tricks that you learn as a skateboarder. It's where you stand on top of the ramp and then you drop in. Teaching this to kids all the time. This all started from not being afraid to put community and passion first in the search of who I was. Sometimes, taking a small step, it can be scary, but it can also lead to much more than you ever thought possible. What will you do to put community and passion first to leave your legacy? Thank you.